I was, I actually, like I said earlier, playing Beatles songs and stuff like that. And then I had a band together, and the bass player came in with the Destroy the Gears album, like Crane. He said, "You've got to hear this guitar player." So I discovered Clapton first, and then went out and bought a bunch of magazines, and he started talking about these people, B.B. King, Freddie King, Robert Johnson. I'm going, who in the heck are these people? So I started to dive into it, and from there I discovered Duane Allman, who took me back to Robert Nighthawk, so I play slide. I started listening to a bunch of slide players, and I discovered Roy Gallagher, who eventually became my idol. So you see a lot of Roy Gallagher in me when I play.
I was lucky enough to tour with Roy Gallagher when I got known in '72. He was just a fantastic player. He was one of the right person and a fantastic player. He really was. Best of the best of the Next question.
In this financial time, how much income are you guys all making now? Are you worried about the economy and, like your websites? Do you get more income from that, downloads? How do you see the trend going now?
That's a good question. I'll just say this for the record. There are people, lots of people I know who believe that music should be free, downloadable, etc. And I just have to let you know that I'm not one of those people. Bakers charge for their bread, painters charge for their paintings, and I think something that you work hard at and invest a lot of your own time on, and lots of other people's money too, in getting your artistry to a point where you can share it. You need to see that coming back. And there's going to be new ways. They're going to figure out some legal stuff that's going to make it possible for us to actually begin to make fair money from the whole internet situation. We're not there yet, but we get there. The beautiful thing about the internet is, and the way it impacts my income, and I'm sure my colleagues, is that we're able to really organize our fan bases and really reach out to a very specific amount of people, a set of people who we already know are on board with what we do, and being able to instantaneously contact those people and tell them what we're doing, what we have available is, of course, worth gold. So, it's looking good, even though it's looking pretty shaky too. Yeah. And I think because of the situation with music today, I think music that only lasts for a very short period of time, those are the things that we downloaded and not sold very much. I mean, we still sell a significant amount of records, but for a very short time. If you have music that sort of is timeless and can last for a longer time, I think those are the records that you end up buying. I buy more records than I ever did now, because I'm able to maybe listen a little bit on a website or find a record that I was interested in because of an artist that I saw that I didn't know about, and I buy that record. But I think most artists will say that most of their record sales are usually from concerts. And I think that's the way it's going to be for a while, until, like Eric says, that there's some sort of a model that works for selling records in a way that people will appreciate. I don't think based music is going to last forever. I bought all kinds of music off a website called eMusic, the whole Shanachie catalog, Yazoo catalog, and I had a hard drive crash and I lost it all, and it was gone. So then I started buying records instead, and then I just put them on my envelope.
What I've noticed for myself right now is with the economy the way it is, like on iTunes, like download the music and stuff. The Napster and stuff is, people are buying, they're still buying, but they're buying songs. Whenever I tour, they'll download the whole albums from iTunes or something. But I've noticed recently, the last couple months, that they're being more selective, but they're still buying, but yeah, it's definitely hurting us. The economy is definitely hurting us. I mean, you can't expect a guy to buy all your records or a full record whenever he's having a hard time putting food on the table for his family. But they still want to hear music, so I think they've become more selective. I think that taking it down, okay, well, I can go to iTunes and buy that one song instead of buying 12. That's been my experience with myself. I don't know how everybody else's is going.
I think since the web has picked up momentum in the last few years, the audience for music has actually grown. Certainly in Australia and Europe especially, the amount of people going to live concerts because they're finding the music on the internet is just growing and growing. And also it's taken away the 15-year-old going, oh, I don't like that guitar player because my father likes him. Or the father saying, I'm not going to come with you and see that new electro hip-hop band. And you go to these shows and you see all those people now getting there. No longer is it uncool to like the band your sister likes. And that's all come about because of the internet. We actually do tours with acts that don't get airplay, that don't get newspaper reporting, never get on television, never get videos on rock TV, yet they sell out 2,000 seats in 10 minutes because the kids in the music audience are going out and discovering these acts for themselves, and it really is quite spectacular. And as far as downloads and making money out of the records, there is a model that's really starting to work, and strangely enough, it belongs in Southeast Asia. The record industry in Southeast Asia, believe it or not, is the only record industry in the world that has actually got a model that works. And we're quickly trying to get the Western companies to get their heads around it. So, just a little bit of trivia for you. Next question.
Well, what is that model?
It's basically they're using the telcos. And for years the telcos have been trying to get our music. And the telcos wanted to keep 50% of it, which we've all said, no way. Basically, the Asian record companies, being both Asian music and Western music, have gone to the telcos and cut the deals where the telcos are getting a very small percentage of the downloads, and most of the money is coming back to the artist. I know an Australian artist that last year got a check for downloads in Korea for $100,000 US in his hand after the record company and the publisher and the telco had all taken the money. It's quite incredible what they're doing.
Bring it on.
It's quite amazing. So, we're still trying to bash the telcos in the Western world up to piss their 50% off, but we're getting there. Anyway, next question.
Can I just say something? Mr. Chugg there, back in 2004, he talked about touring bands with no record contract. He's the only one that he gave me my first shot. He gave me my first tour. And through that tour, I've gotten to tour the world. So I just wanted to thank him. He does help a lot of people like me who never got it. I mean, I'm coming to the party late. I mean, I'm 54 years old. I'm getting here pretty late, But he took a chance on me, and I just wanted to thank him.
Thank you. It's a great buzz. We've been touring. Gail Crawford, my partner in Australia, and I've been touring Eric now for quite a while. And it's great to pick up the papers now and see 4.5, 5-star reviews and things like one review said it's fantastic to see an artist like Eric Bibb slowly but surely making his way to the top with brilliant music and great lyrics and just soulful things that are going on. And to read that stuff about artists is just fantastic. And that's what it's all about. So hopefully we'll find a few more this weekend. Any more?
Any chance of that short sort of vocal jam? Just a short sample. How do you guys, when you jam, do you have a quick chat before, what you're going to start, who's going to sort of get you going?
I just have to feel it and go for it. Meeting at the building, and soon be over, soon be over, soon be over. Meeting at the building, and soon be over, all over this land, all over this land, my brother, all over this land.